Morning, good afternoon. This is the Sunday Medio Fondo, the third session of the day, the last one for the Americas, but also Europe in the afternoon, so we'll get a little bit of a mix. That's what we got going. Let's look at the details. Punchy one. So multiple laps of the loop-to-loop reverse course for 100K total. And not much flat between, really. Minor rest between some of the hills. So it's a single pen race, 200 riders. Humans fill first, and then bots fill the rest. 200 humans, there will be no bots someday, hopefully. Here are Kent's notes. Nilsson raced this morning. In fact, he's the founder of this event and hosts every week for us. Did a very impressive ride this morning. The notes are posted in the description of this event too, so you can see it if you're interested. It's a great kind of endurance training race weekend, a lot more fun than just doing some fiddling along on your own. Let's jump back and see who is signed up. It's pretty impressive. That's probably as many humans as I've seen signed up for this session, I think, including some new names that we haven't seen before, which is good. I think there's a lot of attention brought by the acquisition of developed by TrainingPeaks. Definitely some names I don't recognize. I know Eric Quebec, I haven't seen him in a while, but he's glad to race with him again. And the other names I don't actually recognize, except for the top five I do. John Beams and Mikey know quite well, Alex very well. Not sure if I know Dennis yet. Each of these guys will all be racing in the same pen. 200 watts, it breaks up, especially on hills like this. Everything breaks up into bunches, so you just basically find the bunch that's racing at your level. Stay in the group, and that's your race. So it's a good fit for everybody. They'll be spread out all over the course. So, very unlikely you'd be doing an ITT for very long here. Be picked up by a group. It's a very strong rider between Alex and John, I know, and Mikey. So I'm not sure I'm up to the level that they are today. I'll probably be back in hopefully a frontmost chase groups today. It's kind of my goal. Let's jump in the pen. This is a tier 1 performance verification race. That means to get in, you'll need a smart trainer, cadence sensor, an HRM. That's just to enter the pen. So, and on top of that, during the race, there's a lot of performance verification checks to keep things fair. There's unnatural behavior, an uncalibrated trainer that's using a lot of extra watts or something. You can actually get booted from the race live. That's usually what happens. Something's wrong with the equipment. It's an unfair advantage, so that's people get removed by that. That's kind of how you find out sometimes that you have a problem. We all help each other. The community is good about working through the issues that pop up. So it's you'll see very fair racing in these races. Here are my, gotta check my settings. Power meter's not required, I always use it. Probably charged it last night. I hope my batteries aren't fading on my Nilsson. But not necessary for this race. Not required, I should say. But the smart trainer, cadence sensor, and HRM are. Let's jump to the pen. Thought we had a neutral zone start. Some races do, some don't. Friend Ingmar, he might be, I don't know if he's racing or just, might be just spectating. Hello, Ingmar. It's a pretty cool feature. You can watch, jump into the pen, you can choose race or spectate mode. Watch your buddies race. It's a lot of fun, actually. Second most fun to racing, I guess. We've got 4 minutes, 48 seconds before go time. 1 minute to go, the pin closes. The algorithm looks to see who the humans are, and it recruits the bots to kind of match the field, especially in a matchmaking race. This one's actually single pin, so I think it still calibrates somewhat to the riders, but there'll be a very broad band of bot ability. So this is good for these long races. You can join it just for an endurance ride, proper race. Humans just naturally try to band together to see if we can beat the bots. I think guys like Alex and John up front will be doing that. Not sure I'll be able to keep up with it today. Try. Things will break up on these hills. Sometimes the bots are really good on the flats, not so good in the hills, you can catch them. Other times they're super on the hills, you can catch them on the flats. So it should be a pretty dynamic race between the groups. Makes it interesting. Just send a note. I saw John warming up. So he's out there. Let's look and see if we need late signups. Not sure how people get signed up twice. That's interesting. I hope that doesn't cause a problem during the race. Yeah, I think the favorites of this list are the ones I know. There might be a surprise, a dark horse in there that's really good. I've just not met yet, but the ones signed up, if they make it, would be John and Alex. Oh, there's a new name, Ed Taylor. Welcome, Ed. A lot of these are bots that are popping in. The question newbies always have is, how do you tell? The answer is, sometimes you can't, and that's on purpose. The bot AI was good enough that you can't tell. I think that would put a big smile on the developer's face. We kind of get used to them. There's Mikey and Alex. So two strong humans. Watch for them. 49 seconds before the pin closes. But we kind of get used to them. You can kind of tell the way they ride once you get some experience. Also, we know top bots. So you'll see the rankings, the 1 minute mark. We'll talk about that in a second. We want to mark some of your favorite bots, the ones that are likely to do well. That's the way I have to do it. I'm not strong enough to go up on my own in these races like some guys are. It's very hard to stay up in front there and push a strong pace, but it's good racecraft. You get to practice working in a draft and then also working with your bots. All right, the pin's about to close. Let's see who made it in. It's Alex. It's low in a second. All right, there it goes. Only one pin. So as far as ranking goes for this event, Dennis, Matej, if that's what you said, Pierre, Josh, Hugo, Matthew, I know. So I'll probably watch the first three. Dennis, Matej, and Pierre. They'll probably end up close to the front. Don't know a lot of the others. There could be surprises. See John in there. Alex, we saw a minute ago. Picture. Whew. All right, no neutrals on, so fortunately my warm-up wore off. That'll wake you up. So I'm just going to stay in this bunch. I won't chase solo breaks early. Risk. Mainly because I can't. I just don't have the legs early. Takes me a while to warm up. Alex and John are very good at catching the front brakes. Here goes Alex catching the brake. Sit in. Long, long way. Sometimes it pays off. Often they're caught. So Pierre, one of those bots who are watching. I'm watching my draft. There's John. Draft percentage upper center block to the left. 100% draft at the moment. We'll be efficient. A little bit of a headwind, 6 kilometers per hour. See on the right. There's Ed. I don't know Ed, but glad he's up here. Front bunch. So we're coming up to the split road. To choose which way you want to go. Kind of random by default. Oh, there's Mikey. I thought that was John. I think they're both up there. They're on the same team, the pedalers. So we like it when all the humans are together, we can work together, and then race each other at the end. You can hold on to the front group. And there goes a attacking bot. Those kind of attacks rarely succeed, so none of us are going to chase it. That name Lars wasn't one of the top 5 that I recognized. Get a pick. So watch, he'll get caught on the climbs. It's really hard to cover every attack. Certainly not going to go into the red this early to follow a solo rider. I'll often push a little bit. See if we can break this front group away. They start to break the field up a little bit. I think I saw one of the peddlers go the other way. Yep, they both did. Might work for him. See the riders on the low. They've got a little hill bump to climb over. We'll have more momentum. We'll be fine. Sometimes that'll pick the groups up a little bit. See, there's already some groups forming. See, we're already reeling in Lars. There's another rider off the front. It's way too early for me anyway. Someone strong like John. Alex might be able to do it. Go with a solo. Do rider break. Oh, there's Ed. Let's see if we can get him back in. Alright, you did it good. I like to keep the humans front bunch as long as we can. If we can help bridge up. See Eric back in group 4. 23 seconds back. But he's with a big group, so maybe what he's looking for today. Perfectly fine. Take it as an endurance ride. If you want to make it ultra hard, try going solo. Only a few people platform can do that in this race successfully. I've seen. I'm sure not one. So none of us are taking the bait for these bot attacks. We all know the hill's coming up in a second. We're going to split this group. Probably 10 or 15 by the time we get back to the coast. Which is a nice size for this early. At least for me, I have to save my energy. Make it this far at the end. It's much climbing. Quick Alex was, he's got good legs today. I haven't seen John. He's in there. teammate Mikey is in. I'm just gonna sit in these bots. I need to start watching for some of the famous strong ones and hold their wheel. Uh-oh. Mikey, somebody stop pedaling. Might be a dropout. Hope not. Oh no. Hopefully he's back. A good group. Need to catch this one. Looks like Mikey's moving again, so just a temporary drop. Well, looks like I was totally wrong. The group grew in the climb. 30 now. Uh-oh. Lost Ed. There's Igmari. You must be spectating. Thank you, sir. Kind of you. So I think it might be just me and Alex up here, human-wise. There are some strong bots. Ed's picked up a rider. Maybe it'll bridge up, hopefully. It's hard to make 12 seconds up here against a group of 30. That's okay. Groups will come together. The AI that bots follow, sure, it always gets tweaked. They used to race kind of dumb in a way, tactically. Definitely feels like we're seeing less of that. They'll still work harder than they should in the front, and you cannot sprint them. But there's also a lot more bridging and dynamic racing between the groups. So I don't expect these bunches to stay static for 88 more kilometers. Got a little bit of a tailwind, which is actually harder. At least a small group. Still getting 90% draft, so not too bad. But so I know Dennis is a top bot, Pierre. Remember the third one, Joshua Burgess, always up here. So we got such a long way to go. I just try to sit in the draft, survive on the climbs so they get smaller, and then hopefully cover attacks from the one of the top 3 bots. Yeah, that's the famous question everybody asks. Some people have a tough time with racing bots, but then a lot of us, including a lot of the most experienced riders, we embrace them. I could have started this race any moment of any day and had 200 race bots at my level. So we don't have the luxury of all of us racing with 50 humans all the time. For me, it's a different discipline almost. I look at this as interesting endurance racing with some VO2 max thrown in. If we mentally engage more than a structured workout would. Good Alex, he's a very seasoned, experienced guy on the platform and a good ambassador. He live streams. I think he probably is right now. I am too, but his are better. So we kind of keep an eye on the gaps. There's a solo rider in group 2. Doubtful he'd be able to catch. A couple riders and then small groups going back. Still got 30. Surprises me. We've got some more punchy climbs that might start to whittle the groups down a little bit. Sometimes they'll attack into a tailwind. They'll use the gutter to do it. They're clever enough to attack in a smart way. You can steer right or left with the arrow keys. You're normally better off just letting the algorithm sniff out the best draft for you. Unless a bot has moved over, then you follow it. You can see we're gaining slowly. Pretty sure it's just me and Alex, the humans in this group of 30. But I could be surprised. Maybe there's a newcomer I don't know. Looks like not everybody who signed up made it. Something must have happened to John. He would definitely be up here. It's unfortunate. There it goes. Yeah, Alex was wondering the same thing. He must have been checking Discord. Oh, that's a shame. John animates every race he's in. It's wonderful. Okay. So we're coming up. Let's climb. Hope to be able to keep up with Alex, but he's a better climber. May not be able to. But move up a little bit. Alex is giving very sound advice. It's sharp at the beginning, then it levels off a little bit. So I don't want to go too far in the red. So many climbs left. Just enough to make sure I stay up with the main bunch. Here we go. All right. So, don't worry about that solo rider ahead. Gary Wilkerson, strong bot, we know. It's going pretty good up the hill, though. Let's see if we can catch him. There goes a strong bot. Yeah, Anton faded. Dennis Edwards, the strong bot. Try to follow. Again, we just get to know them over time. Antoine Barbier, another one. Man, I mean, hardly whittled this group down. But this is where you want to be. Excuse me, at this stage. Where I want to be. Better recover. Hugo's one of the top-ranked bots, but I doubt he can stay away. I'm not gonna chase him. So, a group of 23. Got about 23 seconds. One group behind. Watch our gaps. We're back on the coast. Just try to sit in here. 90% draft. Cover. Get ready for the velodrome climb. It's about a 90-second effort. It's draftable. We're going to probably just follow fourth, fifth wheel in this group, something like that. Hugo's See what he's doing up there. He's doing 384, 375. He's not going to be able to keep that up the whole way. Only barely keeping the gap, so you can tell I'm struggling really hard to stay on the whole time. Usually I'm starting to feel better by now. There's Alex in the OCR kit just ahead of me. He's the favorite for this race at this point. Just he and I and the only humans front group, I think. We'll see some bridging up from behind at some point. Some of the top bots are still back there. Trying to be as efficient as I can right now. Slowly gaining on the small group behind. Right now there's no reason to push too hard. See what happens on the climb for Hugo. He's a good climber, he might be gone for the day. If he's not, we'll catch him. Just don't remember what his skill set is. About a quarter of the way through. I'm about to take the turn. Velodrome, you can see Hugo up in front. See his dot. 9 seconds ahead. This shouldn't be too bad. It's draftable the whole way this climb. It reaches 4% for a very brief time. Same descent we took. There is the descent we took on the way down. Start. There, here we go. All right, so velodrome descent. Dennis Edwards is a good bot. That's the first dangerous solo break we've seen that is worrisome. Hugo's reeling him in. So it's a long way to go. I think Alex and I have the same idea, just too far. Chasing solo breaks. Better sit in a big bunch for now. Try our luck later. Here goes Alex. He might make it. I want to chase him down. He's trying to break up. It's a chance. We're down 18 seconds. Let's see what Dennis is doing up there. Doing 360. 375 for Hugo. You know, I don't feel bad jacking these guys down. Sure couldn't do it. So I hope everybody's found a good bunch at the level they want to ride today and stick with it. Get a good workout. Kind of just becomes a mini race, really. Try to beat them at the end, watch for attacks, cover them. I'm able to push myself a lot harder in a race than I can on just a solo ride. So we got 70 kilometers left. Top of the velodrome was the end of lap 1. 3.5 laps, roughly. Surely we finish on a climb. He likes to challenge us. It's good. Again, I wouldn't We're at 50 seconds, 56. Group behind. Still bridgeable by some of these top bots, so long way to go. I wouldn't put it past them. Can't worry about that. Job is just to hold into this group. See how it plays out on the next climbs. Well, I'm tired because usually I'm more at the front instead of dangling. Race last night. Not a lot of recovery time. I rode again. A little bit of work to make sure we don't get dropped. Oh no, HRM. Trying to reposition it. It's gonna boot me. Let's go again. There it is. It's the second time my new polar. I think it's so humid. It's spinning so much. I actually had to dry off the band to get a connection. It gives you a little bit of time in a tier 1 race. You go too long with a natural heart rate, you get booted. I've been using Garmin's. Happy, except I don't like the cover, the crack too easy. Placing the battery. Twice as much on a polar. I'm having trouble maintaining steady HRM at times. Hopefully that's just a blip. Battery in my polar didn't last anywhere near as long as the Garmin's. Maybe going back to Garmin. Don't care when I'm replacing the battery. Oh, I didn't know Alex bridged up. So he must be with Hugo. That's good. If they can catch Dennis, 3 of them should be able to stay away for the rest of the race. It's fantastic. Alex is a real good punchy rider like that. I can't do it. Yeah, he knows that bridge is pretty hard. I just can't go. Stay in these groups. HRM again. Yeah, I'm too sweaty for my stupid chest strap. My only chance to catch this group. I gotta do it quick. If you don't want to drag bots up to Alex. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to stay in the middle of this group as long as I can. Still together. Minute 16. The group now behind, so I don't want to lose it. Hope Alex can stay away. I don't think I can make it all the way. All right, Alex has got 2 bots with him now. Hopefully that'll help bridge up to Dennis. Be awesome. See who he's with. Ah, Antoine and Hugo. That's excellent. He's got a good group. He should stay away with those guys. Like that you got a French teammate, like a national team up there. No Americans. My group. Me against the world, it feels like. Can't get drift. We stretched out. Somebody's working. Right. Just barely able to hang on. As long as I can, anyway. Good. Alex is slowly gaining on our group. That's good. Winds are dangerous. The AK left. Just gonna have to drop back to the groups behind. Legs aren't cooperating today. An hour or 40-minute race yesterday. Pretty hard. thought I'd be covered enough. Well, this is a lot of zone 2, zone 3. Still though, definitely feel it. All right, so the groups are slowly separating. Alex is safe, I think. You might see a bot bridge from here. These were 2 really good ones. Another good one up ahead. So Alex is in really good shape. He made just the right move at the right time. Haven't split this group up in punchy climbs already. I doubt it'll get split up. Doubt the bots will get dropped. I might see attacks off the front trying to bridge up. It's a long way. Let's see, he's 92 TSS on the hour mark. He's dying. just can't. I'll put my camera on Alex here in a bit. If this group catches, I'll just kind of do a zone 2 light ride to the finish today, I think. Just can't go. Let's see if they catch. Normally I try to bridge up here, but no legs. Heart rate isn't that high. Legs are very tired. Yesterday, I think he's right. Dennis, maintaining a gap, slowly growing it. It's really hard to close 33 seconds on a bot that's just steadily doing 370. So I knew when we saw him go up the velodrome climb, I knew that was a key moment. I couldn't do anything about it. We know Dennis from other races. Dennis, the bot, of course. The others we didn't worry about, but he attacked so hard there's nothing we could do. It dropped him, just cruise the rest of the way. Put the camera on Alex so you can watch that instead. Yeah, I just have no power. As you can see, groups spread out all over the place. Whew. We're coming up on the halfway mark. Oh, doesn't sound encouraging. Just a matter of time. I'm just gonna have to drop back and do zone 2. I just can't keep up. Looks like we're gonna catch this group before the velodrome climbs. That was lucky. Just don't know if I can hold on. Hope Ed and Mikey are still back there. Good group. Alex is doing great up front. It's the first chase group. I'm back in group 4. Really hanging on. Don't have it today. Not complaining. I've been doing a lot of racing, trying to get my fitness up, so I am racing tired a lot. That's okay for now. Load up on TSS. I don't mind racing slow. Sometimes I don't really crack. And this will be a lot of zone 2 today, which is actually a good thing. I think to race well, I'm going to have to wait for cooler weather when I can open a window. Humidity is down. Its thermometer says it's 3.5 C and 64% humidity in the bike room. It's 80% yesterday. It's completely drenched. Alright. Don't know if I can survive this climb. Let's see. This is the corner I hate. Feels like it should be done. It still goes up. Who's Alex? Yeah. Just pouring down my glasses onto my phone. It's humid. Heart rate's not that high, but my legs are just barely turning over. Let's see what that next group up ahead is. Anton, Raymond, got 18 seconds on our group. A little bit, well done. One of my guys is bridging up. That's a good one. fun to try to cover those when you're ready for it and have good legs. It's really hard to do. Zero chance today. About to get dropped by this group. Almost went the other way. Shouldn't be a problem. But I can show these guys. That's all I could do. Some of these guys bridging up. That's something that's been improved over time. Groups are more dynamic usually. I predict. Usually there's bridging, groups catching one another. Makes it interesting tactically all the way through. As soon as I get dropped, I'll stop following me and following the interesting action. Oh boy, here comes these hills. Let's see. Try to hold on. If not, just gonna cruise, finish, Don't want to take a DNF because I'll get a big hit on my rankings, which I shouldn't care about, but I do. We'll watch Alex at that point. The other interesting racers, but let me watch my own avatar to see if I can hold on. So didn't have good nutrition today. I can feel I'm already starting to fade there too. It's too bad I like this course. Yeah. I'm just done for the day. All right. Let's start at the top. There's Dennis. He's the leader. He's got 36 seconds on Alex. First human. Two other bots working with him. That lead's been pretty steady. I think it was 33 seconds a few minutes ago, so he might be slowly. Well, you can see he's doing 370 plus watts. He's been doing that the whole race. It's hard to catch him. He's got 138 TSS. An hour and a half, so he doesn't have 150, so he might still have some in the bank, although he's already over 100, so can't count on him fading. He may not attack, or perhaps will actually pick up the pace from here. So he's got 36 seconds on Alex. Let's go back. So there's my friend Alex. He's the first human rider. I think he's probably streaming too. Let me get a picture. Him, probably our highlight. Caught it quite right. We'll get another one. He's got two good bots with him, so they're working. 330, 350, 340, 30. We don't know the weights, so it's hard to say. If they're light, that could be very, very fast. We're very slowly losing time to Dennis Edwards, who is a very good bot. We know him. We race with him a lot. Very tough. Why, when he broke on the velodrome climb the first time, we knew that was a serious problem. The other breakaways we weren't worried about. No-name bots. Two that got away and stuck. Dennis and then Hugo. Alex bridged up to Hugo on the split road in a really good move. And stayed with him. Come on, Barbier. Bridged up to them. That helped Alex. Two strong bots with him. That was good. He commented he's got a French trio working together. Well done. So they put more and more time into the group I was with. I eventually got dropped from just a bit ago. Uh-oh. Go, Alex. Lose him. They're pushing pretty hard. Look at, he's having to work hard just to stay with. They're gaining time on the group behind, so I think they're safe now. Although Willem is going pretty fast. If he's been at it a while, I doubt he'll make it. Hit a hill. That hurt. Alex is having to work really hard to stay with those two in their just holding the gap cadence. So he's got 33 kilometers left. Bunches of little climbs, and a tough finish for a podium spot. Have to be at least one of them for a podium. My money is on Alex for second. It's really good in this situation. All right, let's see who's chasing. There's a guy who can do 385, 389. And he's not even catching, so that's how fast Alex group is. And again, I think this is, I've seen him before. I think he's a big bot. You can tell by the way racing how many watts they're putting out at the pace you're going. You can tell if they're heavier or lighter usually. He's a big boy. There's some very strong bots. So let's see what he does. Kicking out of the corner, hit 600. Now he's doing 385. Bunch behind. These guys are doing. Got a lot of energy left after 65K. You can see these guys aren't putting out as many watts, so they're probably lighter. So this group, I think they're going to catch those three ahead. They've been out a while. Let's keep an eye on the front. So these bots are ultra fit. They just don't tire. In fact, often in the last 10 kilometers, they'll speed up. Makes for great training, just trying to hold them. When you're most tired, they go harder. They really push you. That's really what most of us are doing this for. Motivated training. So, but he's holding these 36. It's not gaining. This bunch that Alex is with. So there's Alex. He's our first human. Fourth spot. Working hard to hold on to these two strong bots. Just holding the gap to Dennis solo up ahead. So. Aggressive riding Alex. He made the right move to catch that break on the split road. Very clever that way. He rarely misses the key breaks. And he's got the punchiness to be able to do it. So it's got the right kind of skill set for this type of knowledge, for this type of racing. So they're slowly gaining. Even Willem behind doing 280. He's not even able to catch. Not able to close. All these groups are just really punching hard. Yeah, he's right. I don't think so. Or at least with Antoine yesterday. I don't remember him. I can't remember if he was one of the ones that beat me at the end, but they weren't super climbers. Certainly no better. Alex is a much better climber than I am, so I think he will trouble. Mute for a minute, take on an electrolyte drink. I'll spare you from those sounds. Uh-oh. Dang, there goes Antoine. There goes Alex. Good man. We got it. Did not expect that. I'm glad I had the camera on him. Oh, that's so hard to do. 70K into a race. I've already been going hard. The bot. That's it. Let's see what he's doing here. Back to 330. Sometimes around the braking corners that blows their attack. Here comes Alex. He's on it. Beautiful. Boy, I was really impressed by that. It's so hard to do. Summon the energy after 70K in, just to be able to dig deep and punch it to be able to follow those attacks. I didn't see that coming, but it's really impressive how he did it. So, now Hugo's come on. Let's see, Alex, here comes the climb. Hugo's doing 380, so he's trying to catch up. Alex looks like he's still in great shape. He had an exciting summer, really bucket list climbing in France. Famous mountains. Got himself in tremendous shape. He's unlikely to be able to catch up to Dennis 30 seconds ahead. They're close 7 seconds, that attack. Oh yeah, he's waiting up. Makes sense. So ideally, maybe if Antoine would have kept pushing, closed the gap on Dennis. And that's hard to do, hard to cover. But Alex is on it. So 33 seconds to Dennis. Now they've actually closed it a little bit, but now there are only 2 of them instead of 3, so maybe a disadvantage actually. I'd rather have 2 bots pulling at this stage, I think. Trying to close the gap rather than 1. Antoine doing 330. Dennis still doing 370. And they're on Hugo. He might still make it back up though. So Alex in the perfect spot. That's we get maximum draft directly in line behind the rider in front of you. You actually give a little bit of draft to the rider in front. I'll show you in a minute. That actually matches real world riding. As soon as he gets in line right behind, look at that. You'll probably be getting, well, on flat, we'll look. You often see 4% draft. So there's 3%. That's the rider in front, then Antoine. So he's getting a little bit of draft from Alex, 4%. That's what you normally see. So Alex is using good baseline racecraft. Help Antoine go a tiny bit faster than he would on his own. Just the draft works. Separation The air a little more slippery when there's a rider behind you. All right, so Alex is 3/4 done with this thing. 25 kilometers left. I reeled off 6 seconds on Dennis. We got 6 seconds back to Hugo. Not sure what Alex would want to see at this point. I think Dennis will be really hard to catch without either Antoine or Hugo attacking and sustaining, which would be really hard to follow. I like Alex's chances for second in this race. He's doing 400, hit that on that climb. It's still got some punch left. Great fitness. So Ed and Mikey were the two humans I know of that were still in there. I hope they're still back there. Okay. Not a good group. They probably passed me by now. I'm way back there. Oh, there I am. Group 17. 8 minutes down. Just barely turning the wheels. I think I got what I needed to out of this one fitness wise. It's not just entertainment watching Alex race. See, he's made his bike look like his new real world bike he got this year. Nice giant bike. Built it himself. With all the components, ultra lightweight climbing. Fitted him well. On the HC climbs he was doing this summer. France. And 2K left. So it'll start to feel like the end is in sight. Do enough of these long races like this, that doesn't seem very far. Any legs left at all, you start to feel pretty good about the finish. Yeah, Alex was right. Dennis didn't show any sign of tiring. I don't think they have anything to worry about from behind, though. With Willem, still minute 25 back. Let's go back up. This is He's been doing 370 ever since he first attacked on the first velodrome climb. 172 TSS. Just doing a controlled ride. Want a little less TSS. He might still little juice left to attack. It's discovering it. Just got a little more in the tank. Here you go. He's slowly catching me, but you can see ahead. He's only see the riders up ahead. He's not in their draft yet. Keep an eye on that. Then it suddenly popped up to 44 seconds ahead. I think sometimes on the curvy roads where there are corners, I'm not sure how accurate that is. Let's see if it moves back. Will, I'm doing 390, not gaining ground. Comes Jack Raymond. Comes to life, finally warmed up after 77 kilometers. Willem the bot, or actually Raymond the bot, finally feeling his legs, doing 480. An attempt to bridge up. We'll see if he makes it up to Willem. Alright, so shut down his attack. Well short of Willem. I doubt he'll catch. Maybe. He's in no man's land between the two bots he just left. One ahead. They say sometimes they're not as tactically astute as humans so far. That's where we'll be a year from now. May never be able to beat a bot again. Back up to Dennis. 39 seconds. He is gaining. Still doing 370. Let's watch that a minute. Maybe he's slowed down. Maybe. Watch that for a little bit. See if he's doing 353. Was doing 370. Very steady. He was doing 370. It's the climb. Let's see what he does around the velodrome on the flat. Come back to him in a minute. Here's Alex. Work hard. Holding Antoine's wheel. Need a few seconds on Hugo. Oof. This is the third time they climb this. Plus all the other climbs in between. He's only got one more batch rollers to climb up. In the final climb, finish. Very much like his chances. Second place. Slowly gaining on Hugo. Let's see what Dennis is doing. Yeah, he's tiring. He was doing 370. It's unusual to see him that steady. Usually they're fluctuating a little bit. Okay, there he goes. Okay, now he's back to... Not sure I want to give Alex that news. That was weird. He slowed on the climb. Backed off power on the climb. Very steady. Now he's riding like he has been. It's early on. All right. Thinking earlier, Alex would have preferred to have two bots with him just to maybe have a chance to close the gap on Dennis. But at this point, he's probably happy just to have one to deal with. Be happy to keep Hugo off the back. Hugo didn't climb well, so I don't think Alex will have any trouble at all to finish. So he's just got to be able to cover another Antoine attack if it comes. He's got a really good shot at second. Well earned. Oh, getting us back up to power. Alex is not worried about Dennis up ahead. He's looking for second place. Holding on to Antoine and beating him, which I think he's got a really good shot at. It's a good achievement. Race like this. Anything too interesting going on behind? Willem still falling further behind. Raymond almost catching him. They're too far back to catch up at this point. So what Alex is worried about, rightly, is the split road coming up. You can see it on the upper right. The bot will go one way or the other, low or high, 50% probability. You don't know which way he's going to go. A big group, it doesn't matter. You just sit in the group and it all comes together. But late in a race like this, if you're 85k in, bot goes one way, you go the other, lose your draft, and you have to work hard. You don't want to burn a match just to make sure you catch him on the other side. All right, here we go. Oh, whew. So that's the outcome you want. Now you can still see the end, he's still getting that draft. Basically nothing changes, you're just following the bot. If the bot went the other way, you have to suddenly be threshold for 30 seconds or more just to keep your spot. So that was the, let's see, third or fourth time I can't turn blocking, I can't remember. You won't have to worry about that again for the rest of the race. He's got 13.5k left. Next thing he's got to worry about is the rollers coming up. Not worried about it for him, he's really good at that. So he's real good at power control. It just sits right in the pocket. It's hard to get 91% draft. You're just following one lot, so he's using really good power control to be able to stay just in the right position for maximum efficiency. For him and the bot, you can see where Antoine is getting 5% draft. That's because Alex is behind, helping the airflow behind him. So he's getting a tiny bit of draft, he's going a tiny bit faster. Which is cool and realistic. Not sure how to zoom in. Every time I do it, brings up the menu. So it looks like Hugo is not going to make it back unless he can muster the energy to bridge up. He keeps slowly losing time, just like Dennis keeps slowly gaining time ahead. So Dennis is gone, I think. That's the winning break from the very first velodrome climb. We knew it when we saw it, but couldn't have done anything about it. It's a strong attack. Alex covered, bridged up nicely to Hugo, and then Antoine bridged up to them. Antoine attacked. Alex covered perfectly, so Alex has had a flawless race, made all of tactically the right choices and had the legs to do it. Boy, I think Antoine's a fairly light rider because we're just doing 329 watts. He's very fast. See how hard times Alex is having to work just to stay on the right rider, just doing 320. There's some riders well back. Might be me. Okay, there they go, the rollers. So so he's not going to try to get ahead. Antoine, his job is just to hold the wheel. Stick with him. It's doubtful they'll attack. You might see an Antoine attack and flat after. A coastal road between, but he might have already spent his wad. He's got 188 TSS, 2-hour mark. So, may not have left anything to attack with. Hugo is 14 seconds back. I don't think they'll have a problem with him. I think he'll be further back after the bumps. Didn't seem to climb as well as Antoine. I dread these when you're tired. Punchier riders probably happier they can feel like they can recover on the descents, but for me, the thing is just hard. Well, it's looking good though. He hasn't shown any sign of dropped, having to catch back up. I think he's got plenty in the tank left to take Antoine on the finish. What Dennis is doing. It's kind of weird why he was doing 353 on the velodrome climb. Started on the descent, got back up to his normal 375 like he's doing now and kept that up. This climb, so I'm not sure what that's about. It's riding perfectly. Only 9 kilometers left, halfway through the rollers. Get back to the coast for some flat riding. We'll watch out for another Antoine attack. If it comes, it may not. Cover that and then beat him on the climb, which I know Alex can do easily. Hugo's getting gap further like we thought. Nobody's going to catch from behind, so Alex's only concern now is Antoine. Antoine is the bot, just so you know. Doesn't mean he's easy, it means they're relentless. They do not tire. It's very hard in these long races. When you get tired, they just keep going. But we've all got really good training out of that. Chasing these guys when we're tired. It's a little bit of recovery in the draft, 87% draft. A good long super tuck recovery. Perfect. All right, just a couple little bumps. Get over. And just sit in. Watch for attacks. And on the final climb, he'll just have to decide where he wants to make his move for the second podium position. 100K race. It's very impressive. There's 200 bots, 200 riders, bots and humans. It's odds-on favorite for second out of 200. So it's a great day. tell by the way he's able to catch up, close gaps really quickly. He's still got legs, so I'm not worried about him at all on the climb. The only thing I'm worried about is another attack by Antoine. Looks covered the last one, so should be fine. They've got a growing gap on Hugo behind, so I think that's not worried about him anymore. All right, they're getting back to the coastal road. .7K left, and then a short, sharp climb up to the finish. See what Dennis is doing. Yeah, this is what I meant. 93K in. This is warmed up. Now he's picked up the pace. 2 and 3. 390. That's what makes you embrace them. That's what makes bot training so good. When you're just dog tired, suddenly they start going harder. It pushes you when you're most tired to get the most out of your training. So, a lot of us love racing with the bots, but we love beating them. And this is a lot more fun than 100K on your own would have been, so good stuff. One's still doing 330. That's steady for what he's been doing. Alex looking good. You go behind. Now he's doing 85, but he's been doing that a while, so now he'll catch up. So we do have to watch these twisties in the wind. Sometimes the bots will, when they turn downwind, you'll see them suddenly, they'll go to one side, start to put a lot of power. Even before they kind of take off, and you have to recognize that and immediately follow them to the right or left and just punch it to get in the draft and stay there. Otherwise it's really hard to catch them. So Alex knows to watch for that. Sometimes around this next couple of corners they'll attack. Or where Antoine attacked earlier in this race, but Alex was on it. Perfect position. 4.6K left. Really nothing other than changing wind as the roadway changes direction to watch for. It's actually harder in tailwind. Sometimes these guys will attack in these next few bends if they're going to. There's a crosswind. Let's see up ahead. Mary will turn into a tailwind, so only 3.7K left. I doubt X coming. Wish Alex good luck. Okay, and then not distract him. Hugo is annoyingly close at this point. 15 seconds, 14 seconds behind him. Doing 390. Must be a big boy. It's not really gaining that power. Like Alex's kit, designed that. It's named after a region in France. You can get a closer view or not. I don't think so. Well, Christmases ago, he honored me by adding me to his team, so I get to wear his kit once in a while. Sometimes I do when we're racing. Just kind of he and I'll look into his kit. It's fun to surprise him with that. It's very generous. It's an honor to wear it. So we just got 2.1K left. Mainly his decision is how soon on the climb does he attack. Some of these bots, if they're sprinters, I don't think Antoine is, can just fly up these climbs. Catch you totally by surprise and impossible way to catch. So back of his mind, he's a little worried about that, but we haven't seen any sign that Antoine is one of those riders. He hasn't blasted up any climbs yet, so I think Alex has got it. He's doing what he's doing. He's had a flawless race. I don't think that break that Dennis made is catchable by any of us, so yeah, Alex hasn't made a single mistake. Tactical error all race, made all the right ones. Try to catch him going through the Alex's view. Watch it from this angle. 700 meters left. Turn up the climb. Here we go. It goes. Well, there he goes. Yep. Stamping his authority on this one like that. He's still got the legs. It's really quite something. Testament to his fitness. Well done, Alex. Dennis finishes. Alex gets second. Hard earned. Well done. Antoine left in the dust. Finishing the style well ahead of Antoine, still gaining time on him. Hope we'll follow the other racers as they go. 20 meters left. Congratulations, Alex. Right. Antoine, let's see what happens to Hugo. Boy, an intimidating French bunch today. There's Willem. Made an attack and then just never sort of bridge up, waited too long. He was doing huge watts. 100, long time. I'm sure he is. That's he used his watts effectively. Alex did to have that kind of punch at the end of 100 kilometers. Just outstanding. Good for him. Dennis Edwards is a really, really tough bot. So there's tons and tons of bots. I'm back there somewhere. We'll just kind of keep watching these guys finish. Get to know the bots a little bit. Might get to see some of the sprinters. So, recapping. Alex did well from the beginning. Got a good move on the split road to catch up to Hugo, who was in second spot at that time behind Dennis. Alex is right there. I think we both recognized it. Doesn't mean we could have done anything about it, though. It's one thing to see the attack, then you have to be able to, someone that wants to be able to. Well, he didn't see it. He might have been able to then, but it's too bad. He might have. I know I couldn't have, but I don't put it past Alex to cover that. So we're just watching some of the bots come through. And these are the group I was with for a long time. But, just couldn't hold them. Some of these bots coming through will be huge sprinters. Saw one early this morning, did 1,830 watts to finish 71st place. So it sucks being back. Those guys, they're usually not the front in these type of races. Velodrome, it's a whole other story. Well, it's Micah. There he is, 1,000 watt finish for 23rd, giving all he's got. It's hardcore bots. I think that's probably all we'll watch. I don't think we'll. I'm going to go ahead and finish. I'm just dawdling along in the back. Didn't have today. I think we've seen all the fun action. 22. Traditional today, John James, we lost him to arm problem early, fortunately. So the story is, human-wise, Alexander in second. A really good race. Kept up with followed the right wheels and second, very tough, hard 100-kilometer race. Thoughts don't relent. They just keep going, and you saw them get harder at the end too. So it's really tough. Good training. Good fun. All right, I'm gonna sign off and then finish crawling the end over the next 20 minutes. Thanks for watching.